Rian Johnson is an unconscious retard. Duh. I got 7 views on my last video, and 5 of them were from Rian Johnson, so those ones don't count. So, the Blandalorian, I thought I was clever for thinking of the Blandalorian, because it is very bland. And then I looked it up on Google because I was like, somebody must have thought of this already. And of course somebody has. Which just goes to show, like, you can't think of anything creative in the Star Wars universe because there's just too many people and they've... Power of numbers. It's a cow that's been milked way too much. Rian Johnson's round head has been analyzed to death. There's no material left, although I'll keep repeating that Rian Johnson is an unconscious retard. It might not be very clever, but it's true, and I enjoy saying it. And I enjoy looking at that picture when I say Rian Johnson is an unconscious retard. I'm going to briefly change the subject and then get back to Rian Johnson being an unconscious retard. On the subject of popular YouTubers, I'm not going to name any names anymore because I've already named them in the past, and the only reason I named them in the past was just for the record, so that let it be said that this is my opinion on them. But I don't want to give them the ones I don't like. I wouldn't mind giving them publicity, but I don't need to be petty. And I also overall support anybody who hates Rian Johnson. And they hate Rian Johnson, so they're essentially on my side. I'm on their side. And that's why I don't want to bash them. Good for them. And I hope I wish they made the money that he made, because their channels are better than his movie was. So I won't mention this guy's channel by name, but I was watching one of his live streams, and I avoid them because it pisses me off seeing how much money they get. But thanks for the $5 super chat. And then they read out loud the thing that the person said. And it's like, so you're paying me so you can have a conversation with me? Like, that's lame. I mean, I guess I would totally take the money, but I might feel pretty dirty about it. But I think this is the difference between Canadians and Americans. See, in Canada, a lot of the shit's free. Like, there's healthcare is free. Whereas if I grew up in the States, I would have to constantly, you need to make money, because if you get cancer or break your arm, you have to pay a lot of money. So, of course you'd be obsessed with making money. So I think that's a fundamental difference, and that's why I don't really fault them for wanting to sell t-shirts, because I guess that's just the mentality you've been born with. But all the same, like, I'm watching this guy's live stream and I'm like, so this guy's making money just to, like, chill out with me? Like, that's all he's doing, is chilling out and offering his opinion, which is essentially what I'm doing here. But I'm not making money doing it. And if I was, I'd be like, oh, geez, that's a steal. And then at one point, he said, oh, come on, don't bash my friend who also does live streams. We're just having fun. Like, you're not having fun, you're making money. This is a living for you. This is it's much different than just having fun. You know, I'm kind of happy that Star Wars is dead. It's coming to an end, because it's just going to be funny how these people are going to be like, well, now what do we talk about? Because they've been riding this like a lame bronco. They've been riding Rian Johnson for a long time. They've been making a killing off of Rian Johnson. What are they going to do now that Rian Johnson's gone? I mean, the best thing in the world would be if he had a trilogy. Oh my God. But that said, now introduce Brie Larson. Okay, I read something today. IMDb voted her the most, like, the hottest celebrity, the biggest celebrity of the year. And I'm like, oh no. You do not want her to feel more confident. This is going to, like, put her over the edge. So I think we're in for a real fun time, YouTubers, because of Brie Larson. She's going to keep it alive for a long, long time to come. You know, it just occurred to me in terms of the Rise of Skywalker. You know what the Rise of Skywalker is? It's the reward that we get. By we, I mean the fandom menace. It's the reward we get for The Last Jedi. Because we get to see this thing plummet like a turd. We get to see J.J. Abrams and all these idiots trying to appease everybody and apologizing and shitting their pants. Everybody's running for the hills after all the bullshit they pulled with The Last Jedi. Now we see them suffer. Squirm. Yeah, I'm going to talk about Rian Johnson being an unconscious retard soon enough. But until then, a couple more thoughts on these YouTubers, especially the ones who do live streams. It really feels like you're a lonely I feel like I'm a lonely person who's hanging out with somebody when I watch their videos, because that's basically the experience you get. Oh yeah, I'm your friend, and hey, I love my fans, and and it's just like, I'm like, this feels effing lame, especially when they're making money. They're making money hanging out with you. It's like a prostitute. It's like the housewives who watch Oprah or Ellen because they feel like they connect with Oprah or Ellen, and they forget about the fact that Oprah and Ellen are making hundreds of $millions because of your fat ass sitting on your couch watching them, because you don't have the energy to get off your ass and make your own show. It's like, I'd rather have my own YouTube show, even if it gets like 0 views, than like spend hours hanging out with some asshole who has got 1/10 the brain size that I had when I was 2. Oh, it's insulting. It's like watching a really bad movie or TV show, and you're like, why am I even watching this? It's like the way I felt when I watched Friends. And that's what Friends is. It's like, hey, look, pretend that these guys are your friends, and you live in the building with them, and hey, we're going to Central Perk. I maybe I missed the great episodes of that show, but I think it's the most cringe-worthy, stupid show of all time. I think it's embarrassing, and it shouldn't. The fact that it's called Friends, and I don't like any of them. I wouldn't want any of them to be my friends. The only one I would like to be friends with is Matt LeBlanc, probably. He's the least annoying of all of them. But the rest of them are just a nightmare. I would kick them out. And that's how I feel about these effing YouTubers. Whatever they're doing something right, because they got thousands of views all the time. But I guess they're appealing to the lowest common denominator. But I know people who are much more entertaining, and I can talk to them on the phone for free. I don't need to hear their stupid opinions or hear their bad jokes. I got a single one. Jeremy Geeks and Gamers. He just sucks. He's the bland DeLorean, and he's criticizing the blandness of other things. It's not much of a step up from Disney Star Wars, really. And then they end up selling T-shirts. They're doing the same thing Disney does, and they're kissing ass to other people, and they're selling products. They are exactly what Disney is, and they're trying to criticize Disney. They would do the exact same thing. They would be Rian Johnson if they had a chance, if you gave them enough money. And they pretend that it's all about integrity. It's not about integrity. It's about making money. You're running a factory where you make the same video 10 times a day. Anyways, so that's enough about that. I'm going to get to the real meat, the round meat and potatoes. The idea about Rian Johnson being a unconscious retard. If you like gays, click like. If you like blacks, comment. If you like women, click notification bell. If you like gay women, subscribe. And if you like gay black women, Patreon, Human Warnings.